This is called All In, making the most of your life. How many know that you don't get the victory without a battle? There is always a battle between you and the victory that God has for you. There are always battles. It's true in our own personal life. We come to places where we battle against things to be victorious. It's true for us together. There are some great things that God has for us. And there are going to be some challenges before us that must be met if we're going to be all that God's called us to be.
Yeah, we gotta be all we can be, just like the army says. Except we're going all in for the battling. For Jesus Christ, He's the highest and the Holy One. And no matter the opponent, we have to show him some. We have to show the enemy that he can break us down. So when he creeps around, a victory is found. You got a 20-stack dog, well I got a pound of the words you never heard, just hear it through my sound. Be Jesus Christ, so sad, I keep it more profound. And I'ma hustle through these streets and slang it through my town. I ain't talking about drugs, I mean it is the Lord. We have to survive through these battles, fighting with just a sword. Just like David did, and not turn away from these battles that rattle the ground of people. That's the shadow. There's only certain type of people will turn out to be scared, but you're never alone.
I said there is no victory without a battle. And that's really true. And when it comes to the battles of life, you may be here today facing one of those as we walk into this new year. If that's you, this series of messages is going to help you. Because there are practical things that God says in His Word that if we will apply them in our life can help us with the battles that we face. There is no one here who's facing a battle all by yourself. You need to know that if you've given your life to Christ, God is there with you. And there's something He has to teach us and to show us in every challenge that we face in life. When it comes to battles, there are people who run from the battle. Anytime there's a conflict or a challenge, there are people who run from the battle.
Yeah, I used to always be addicted, saying that I can do it. And now I feel the holy word in my veins that's fluid. I won't run from any battle, cause I'm not alone. His word says so I'ma do exactly what I'm told. I was always searching for someone to blame, but all the time, it was me messed up in the brain. I used to always say that God was never there at that time, but realized all the fine things He did when I was crying. So now I changed all the ways in my vision. We have to fight like the army, the military division. This television is publicating negative things. Like hate is season is sitting like no tomorrow ain't given. We have to overcome every negative voice and stick with Jesus Christ and welcome Him when you hear His voice.
Sometimes the hardest person to fix is right here. Me. It's how I believe, how I see, how God challenges me on the inside. Because God knows that as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So God never lets it go. He always comes to challenge how you think, what you believe, how much faith you have, to raise you up, to get you past fear and to faith, to have courage to face the things in front of you. He's always challenging that. Why is He so obsessed with what's going on inside all the time? Because He knows that if you win the battle inside, the battle outside is already won.
We gotta go all in, we gotta keep it up. We're not alone anymore, we gotta keep it up. No more running away, we have to praise His name. Hosanna, Hosanna. We gotta go all in, we gotta keep it up. We're not alone anymore, we gotta keep it up. No more running away, we gotta praise His name. Hosanna, Hosanna. We gotta go all in, we gotta keep it up. We're not alone anymore, we gotta keep it up. No more running away, we gotta praise His name. Hosanna, Hosanna. We gotta go all in, we gotta keep it up. We're not alone anymore, we gotta keep it up. No more running away, we gotta praise His name. Hosanna is the highest of any name.
So I'm talking to you today. What about you? What are you going to do? Are you going to be willing? Are you going to be obedient? Are you going to have a mindset of victory? Are you going to put survival to the side? Are you going to go forth? Are you going to run to the battle? Are you going to do that? I'm not talking about the person next to you or down the row or in the row in front of you. I'm talking about you today, because God has a battle for you. He has a victory for you. And at some point it has to be personal to you. Until it's personal, you're all dressed up, standing on the edge, yelling your war chant. But until it's personal, you're not in. Until it's personal, you're not in the battle. You're just a watcher. In your life now, you're going to go all in.